Alright, hello friends. Hello, good afternoon, evening, afternoon, late afternoon. Oldster, hello, Hubert, hello, Frank the Third, hello, welcome. Lynx, hello, Harry Smallwood, hello, Potson, hello. Also Hubert, thank you so much for the little gift. Thank you. ODM, yo. Sean Wen, hello. How goes it? Good to see you all. How was Kiwi's Valentine's Day? Did he get a Valentine's card? So about Valentine's Day, do you guys have a fun Valentine's Day? Do you guys do anything for Valentine's Day? Guys, went to H Mart. Nice. Grocery shopping is a peak Valentine's Day activity, that's for sure. I worked. Yeah, I worked too. Yeah, Valentine's Day. My partner left me, and she took Kiwi as well. So yeah, they're not here. So I don't know how Kiwi's Valentine's Day was. Just kidding. They actually left for Toronto because they're just visiting family. And so basically just taking him. Just no. We're just taking Kiwi to the family home because we're planning on traveling for a few weeks in March. and so we just needed someone to take care of Kiwi, and so my partner was visiting friends and family, and so just took him over to be taken care of while we are gone later in March. But this also means no Kiwi for the next month. I'm sorry. I just had to. So sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I had a very uneventful Valentine's Day. I just worked from home, hung out with Kiwi for a bit, and then he had to go to the airport, so helped him with that, and then and that was it. We actually had like our sort of like Valentine's Day sort of like lunch last week. We went out for a restaurant week. We went to a place in New York called Russian Tea Room. It's a place that serves tea, but also they serve food. So in my case, I had a nice what did I have? I think I had a beef a la stroganoff and a nice borscht. It was really good, and they serve tea in big beakers, sort of like this. No, yeah, beakers, I guess. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good food. It's on the pricier side, but it was like really nice. The ambiance of the place was like super nice, so it was a good time. I was so ready to send the taco money, Diego. It's okay, don't worry about it. I'm fine. I'm just cooking at home for the most part. Yeah, so yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so treating your bae to eggs on Valentine's. Eggs are expensive, Gam. Okay, Diego, what's your biofuel flavor tier list? Oh, that's tough. I feel like I personally am an OG flavor kind of guy. Like OG biofuel probiotic flavor is like probably best, but the flavor ones are pretty good too. Like I think I've tried the strawberry one and some of the other ones, but I think I'm an OG flavor guy. Pineapple, I did try once. It was not. I wouldn't rank it as high. I think I might rank strawberry higher than pineapple, but maybe that's just a preference for not pineapple. So yeah. 나쁜 새끼, hello, and thank you so much for the Prime sub. 안녕, how we doing? Doing okay. I'm not sure if you arrived at the portion where I was telling people my partner left me and left with Kiwi too, but then it was a joke. I was just saying that she and Kiwi left for to visit family, and so Kiwi was just tagging along, just going on their own without me. So try strawberry, and not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed. Plain is the best, like by far, for me. Like whether it's you know, whether it's Biofuel or like Yakult or like anything like that, I think plain OG flavor is top. Like nothing beats that plain probiotic drink flavor. It's so good. Shoot, sorry I missed it. It's okay. Alright, so today we are going to be building the qwertykeys release that's coming up, which is the Neo65 Cu. So from what I know about the Neo65 is that there is a core version, and then there's these new Cu versions which use a large copper bottom, and it also aims to have some like changes along with it, particularly like for the side profile, and but it maintains other things like, you know, like the bezels and things like that. So you kind of can see like a lot of the top side design is sort of somewhat similar, but the side and the bottom are different in particular. And it comes in this nice carrying case. I have not chosen what switches to use for it yet. So let's go ahead and open it up. Let's see, let's just take out all the accessories here. Got some screws, I think that's for the fastening. We got our, whoopsie, we got our gaskets for the mounting. Then I think this is rubber feet for the board itself. Are we doing plateless? It depends. If we have hot swap, then no. We have our stabs. So we have alu and PC plates. And then we have our PCB with the receiver if we want to do wireless. And it looks like we have hot swap for today's build. So I think having a plate would be ideal for this. And then I'm gonna guess this is a screwdriver. Too bad this doesn't support plate mount stabs. Yeah, too bad. So it comes with a cable, a keycap and switch puller, and a small screwdriver. So it's actually hardware for you know, opening the case and also just connecting it. So it's nice that they include a keycap puller and a cable and everything. That's actually pretty nice. Not all kits come with all that, so super generous here. I hope they come out with a TKL version of this. Yeah, right, like the Neo 80, but you mean like a CU version of it. That would be kind of cool. Alright, and then the case itself. Whoa, what the? Was that static? Turned everything off for a second there. There is a carrying little strap bag here. And the board itself looks like I have a navy, yeah, that's navy unit with a copper bottom. So let's just open it up. Do you prefer 65 to 60? No, I prefer 60 to 65 personally. Layout wise, I've been using 65 a lot these days because I've built a few 65s lately and I kind of like got used to it again. but in terms of like compactness and use, I do prefer 60s to 65s myself. But I can go between them pretty easily, because I also like my two favorite layouts are 60s and TKLs, and so swapping between a 60 and a TKL, right? It's the same as swapping between a 60 and a 65 for me, like, you know, in terms of like arrow keys and that kind of stuff. And so for me, the difference is not huge. But yeah, ultimately I do like how compact the 60 is, and just like the layout differences and whatnot. All right, so we have some case foam here. How's the anode? Oh, it's very nice. Let me show you up close. These boards come with quite nice finish. So let's see, what can I do here? All right, let's lift this here. Are we building just a 65 today? Yes, we are building just one at a time to, for the Neo boards. We could try and build a 60 as well, to be quite frank with you. We could do 2-in-1 maybe. We can see what switches we have and if you guys like them. If not, I had to prep some. But it comes with a protective film. Actually, I'll take that off. Where's the easiest portion to take it off here? Whoa, so staticky, I guess. Okay, I think the room is really static heavy. Oh, wow, okay. So it's sort of like a multicolor PVD, as you can see. The weight has this nice little sort of like rear badge with just multiple parts. And then I think that's just like fluid from the protector, or like whatever finish they were using. Okay, so then you have the copper itself, right? Sandblasted copper over here. Nice curvature on the sides. I'll zoom out a little bit. It's a little zoom in too far. And then you got the navy top piece. It's a very nice. The anodizing quality is very smooth. I mean, you can sort of see it up close here, but it's very good quality. Anodizing has a nice taper here on the side as well that kind of goes almost like a layer, like 1, 2, and 3. So pretty cool side profile, a little different from the others. The bottom PVD weight actually does protrude out slightly, as you can see. Like you can sort of see there's a slight bit of protruding over there. So that's the part that sort of sits at the bottom of the board. Drop it one time, it's okay. It's quite heavy though. This easily weighs a few kilos. It's very heavy. And then it uses the little pogo pin connector. So let's go ahead and put the bump-ons first. Win key or win keyless for 60? Personally, let's see. My ranking for 60% layouts is probably HHKB, and then win keyless or win key is kind of equivalent for me. I don't mind whichever of the two. They're both nice though. Can't believe you would use a scammer's desk mat. Wow. Yeah, well, it's too bad. I just have it around. Let's see. How do I? Okay, I think I can just peel it from here, right? Yeah. All right, so let's put bump-ons. Also, is it a scammer's deathmat if technically the design of the key set was somebody else entirely? Okay. Oh, let me see. That's the Masterpiece Deathmat, right? Yes, it is the Masterpiece Deathmat. GMK Masterpiece, which I actually don't have the set. I just have the Deathmat. Alright. So... okay. So we have an alu plate and a polycarbonate plate from what I can see, and so I want to give some options for switches. Let me go get that. So let's go over some switch options. So I have those Lumen Key Astral switches that we showed before. We have those HMX F Game 1989 switches. We have these blue cheese nylon switches from Keycaps. I got some Gatorons. Got some Cherry MX Black Clear tops. Man, I have a lot of switches here. I have some FJ400s, HMX as well. I got some alpacas. We want some tactiles. I got some cotton candies. I got some MX2A Browns. Are these lube? Nope. I got these retro lights. These are JWK long poles, linears as well. JWK retro lights, or Designer Studio retro lights, rather. And then I used to have some MX clears here, but they're gone because I think I haven't taken out of the other board. And then I got these Texie Sunny Side Ups. These are linears, I believe. Alright. That's pretty much it for choices. I got a lot. I mean, I got a few. But maybe it's not the variety you were expecting, but you can tell me if you like any of these. I think QK is really getting to a groove with their latest offerings. Yeah, I mean, I think they do listen to people's like feedback in general, and so it's been good. Diego, what do you think of the police? F the police. Just kidding. NYPD is just kidding. Okay, but you mean the TGR Alice in polycarbonate, right? I mean, I like the Alice, the original TGR Alice in general. So the polycarb version one is pretty nice. I mean, but again, you know, it has kind of like all the caveats of polycarb that you need to be mindful of. Number one, first of all, I think the police doesn't have what is that, the inserts for the screws. So, you know, just always, you know, be careful when screwing in, you know, putting in bolts into the case. Don't over tighten, that kind of stuff. You know, PC will scratch easily, of course. What else? You know, things like that. But like in terms of like how it sounds, it's just a standard top mount Alice. So it's like if you've tried like other top mount Alice boards, it's on the similar side. That said, I guess the closest board to it would be something like a Nunu, the PC Nunu. And so if you like that, then the Alice is also pretty nice. But I think the Nunu has a slightly lower front height if you care about that kind of stuff. Yeah. Nah, like Sting and the Police. Okay, we can try these blue cheese switches. These are from eBay Tech. These, okay, I wrote down what it says. These are nylon PA66 housings, 3.8 millimeter in travel and 52 gram bottom out. These are pre-lubed from factory. These are linears. For what it's worth, I can tell you also this. I always do a little bit of research before I do some of these builds. So like, you know, if you want to hear some other builds, Marker Chun did MX Blacks with a 65 Cu copper. You know Rebunia, it's like Jae Hyun 1014, like that's her like IG. She's a Korean reviewer as well. She also did a HMX build. I saw Kangaroo did a Cherry Mix Black build. Some more HMX, Saroki Strawberry Wine build. Different plates though, like polypropylene, CF, alu. I saw someone else do another HMX yogurt switch build. I think Alex did a Key Geek Jasmine Milk Green Tea build with a carbon fiber plate. So I've seen a few people do different builds. So a lot of HMX, some MX Blacks. Pretty much I think all these switches are linears. The music Marker Chun used in that video was so good. Oh yeah? Marker Chun, yeah, Marker Chun and Deboki do some nice videos, eh? Switch names crazy. Yeah, there's so many. Like the names of switches are like insane now. I can't keep track of any of them now. So, yeah. Okay, so if you want something kind of like either on the similar side, maybe like, actually I'm not sure if this might be that similar. It might be a little bit less long pole E, but still kind of long pole. And then we have MX Browns as a choice, and Gat Yellows as a choice, and Alpacas as a choice. I think those are pretty different. These cotton candies are all, actually most of these are different except for probably these guys here. And this might be a little bit, I'm not sure. They're not quite HMX, but yeah. Do they smell like cheese? Smells like factory. Fuck. Wow, I just inhaled like 10 milligrams of carcinogens in the air. Ugh. Okay. Man, I have decision paralysis. You guys will just help me pick. Okay, I'm just gonna do a poll. Okay, Neo65 Cu switch choice. Got yellow. MX brown. Blue. Wait, what is this? Blue cheese. Nylon linear. Alpaca. And sure, this one is fine. LK Lumen Key Astral linear clacky. Oh, I see. No more space. Okay. Vote, please. For the plate choice, I think I'll just go with, actually, I think I'm just gonna go with polycarb because a lot of people haven't really done PC that I've seen. So I think we can do PC for the plate. Considering there's so many people with these review units, I think it's better to always go with something that other people haven't done so that people have options to look at, right? Je l'aime pas Bastu. C'est un fraude. I'm not sure who's the fraud. Do you not love me anymore? So sad. Does Neo send you switches with review units? No, they do not. They do not send me review switches. Some people do, some people don't. It's kind of a mixed bag, you know? It's not within their obligation, I guess, for a lot of the time. It all depends on how it's gonna work. Like, if I'm supposed to build something and send it back to them, then obviously they should be sending switches so that I can, you know, build it with what they want. But otherwise, yeah. Oh, okay, wow, the blue cheese choice is quite overwhelming. Okay, well, let's do that then. Blue cheese on PC, I think, is what we're gonna do. We can do foamless, I think, because from what I saw, it seemed like a lot of people were fine with foamless these days. It's interesting how the trends go, huh? Like, foam was such a big thing for a while. Like, it was huge. And now it's like, no foam, please. Because people got sick of it. So yeah. I'm always curious to hear who sends what to whom. Yeah, I mean, some reviewers do get more than others. Like, because they have either the capacity to do the work, or they also are commissioned for more work. Like, you know, I think in the case of like Marker Chan, for example, like sometimes he's doing 2 or 3 builds at a time. So the commission volume is a lot higher. I think Alex is the same. Sometimes he gets 2 or 3 builds sometimes at a time, or like mini config, kind of like, you know, like multi-config testing sort of thing at a time. So it all depends. And in those cases, I think it's more frequent than not that they'll get some extra materials to help with that. But yeah. But a lot of the time, I think they're also providing their own switches and stuff. So from what I've seen, I think it just, some companies just do have a lot of the extra stuff to send, and some don't. But like, what's that board I did recently? I did that Daring Run Polygon 7, my bad, board, right? So that one they sent switches, which was nice. Because I get to try some new stuff, and people also get to listen to that. But they sent new stuff, like new switches, but then I didn't use them on that specific board because other people also got the switches, and so there would be just like an overwhelming number of people doing the exact same thing, and so I decided to go with MX Browns for that build, I think, if I recall correctly. But it's nice to get switches every so often because I get to try some new stuff. Sometimes I buy it myself, you know, no big deal. I would say it just depends. I try to not to buy every single like recolor that pops up in the market because there's so many. But if there's something that's kind of somewhat new characteristic wise, then I try to at least take a peek. So I'm gonna use these Neo stabs. I think I recall these being okay in terms of lubing and tuning and stuff. I think they just require just careful application of lube, just like every other stab. But I don't recall having issues with these guys before, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. How does the satellite feel with DCS? Oh yes, we can go over the satellite for a brief moment. So I play around a little bit with the satellite. I actually, if you go to the sound test, like I actually posted an extra comment about it. But I played around a little bit because I sort of thought that the initial build that I did with GMK and the switches was a little quiet feeling, like sounding. And so I thought maybe with DCS it will be a little bit livelier, and I do think it is, but it's still on the quieter side. Like it's definitely feels a little bit more like Topre actually. It feels a little bit more like OEM Topre. It kind of sounds a little bit more like OEM Topre with silencing rings. And more importantly, like the keycaps, you know, being thinner kind of match a little bit more of that OEM Topre sort of feel. I think these Navy's EC in particular, though, have a slightly more tactile typing feel compared to like OEM 45 gram. And so I do find these a little bit more tiring than OEM for myself, just because I just don't type too heavily. I prefer the OEM 45 gram experience, or lighter really. And so these I think after like typing for a while or playing games and other things like that, like these do feel a little bit more tiring than other ones. But yeah, another thing that I did kind of like forget to mention before was that these switches actually do have silencing rings inside of them. So like if you pop off one of these switches, actually I think I have them over here. Do I? Where did I put them? I thought I... Let me see if I have them around here, but... No, it's not here. But, I thought I left them around here, but I guess not. Anyway, if you pop off, you know, the switches and you take it off, you have the I mean, actually I can just do it now. Let's just do that. Let's just pop off one of these switches, right? So like I'll take off this 8 key, right? So, you know, we can kind of... So this is a switch, right? The switch has a slider with the MX cruciform, and then you have the conical spring that's sort of like embedded in there with the dome. You can actually just pop it right off. You can pop off the dome with the conical spring. So these sort of like have little holes on each corner that allow these parts right here that allow it to sort of like go in place on the switch here. It's a very smart way of implementing this. So that's the dome, right, with the conical spring, right? And then you have the top housing with the slider, and you know, this is just the same as Topre, so you can just pop off the slider by pushing it past the point here. It takes a little bit of an extra push. Right, and you push it out and you get a silencing ring and a slider, right? So these do have silencing rings. The silencing rings are not very thick. They're quite thin actually. But you know, if I reassemble this without the silencing ring, it has a very similar sound to using a slightly more tactile dome with like desk keys rings, for example. So it has a bit of that plasticky sound. Actually, I can actually do that right now. So if I, you know, just regular put it together again, right? Oops. So you just put it together without the silencing ring and put on the dome, right? So just slap them on, and then you can just, you know, in my case I can just push it here. You can sort of hear it, right? Like it has a bit more of a plasticky sound to it, because there's the top out sound that's not blocked by the silencing ring, right? So with a keycap, silenced, it's a pretty like different sound. And so I personally find this to be a little bit heavy in the plasticky sound, and I personally, you know, think that it just works better with the silencing rings. And so I did ask AE boards, you know, the folks who are doing, you know, pushing these switches through Texie, right, whether or not, I did ask them whether or not they're gonna do a variation of this that kind of sounds more closer to OEM but without the silencing, right? And you know, for now I haven't gotten a response yet, but it would be interesting to see if they decide to do something like that. So I'm just gonna put on the silencing ring again. And yeah, these are like completely stock, so there's no lube, and so they, even I think with lube, which I did try on one switch, it was, you know, it didn't silence it by that much. So I do think like it made me immediately think like that OEM Topre has a very specific sound because of the nature of all the parts working together, not just the switch itself, but also like the housing and the case being plastic and that kind of stuff. And I did ask a few other folks about like their experiences with EC parts, and you know, it's the same, like not using silencing ring kind of has this like plasticky sound to it. And so it's not limited to just these Navy's switches. It's actually kind of like a more general EC thing for like third-party solutions. And so, you know, it's a matter of, I guess, once we start seeing more boards that support it, especially like if you see like polycarb cases that support EC, like it'll be cool to see how they sound with these on silence as well. So yeah. In terms of like how this works, you do need an EC PCB. You do also need a plate. So the unique part about the plate is just the plate needs to be like MX compatible because it uses the same MX footprint. So I haven't obviously tested it on any other EC PCBs because I actually don't have other EC PCBs. But basically you need an EC PCB that can also support MX style stabs, because this EC PCB has stabies on it right now. So it's basically EC PCB that has an MX, allows for MX PCB mount stabs, and the plate has MX switch cutouts for the switches. And in the case of the satellite here, it also has like these screw holes, or like these holes drilled into the plate for standoffs to sit in between the plate and the PCB, which is helpful to keep everything sort of like nicely separated between the PCB and the plate. So someone did ask, like on YouTube, I think it was Flyback actually. Flyback was asking like, oh, do you think the standoffs are crucial or not? And I was like, I personally think they do help a lot, because I think in EC it's kind of crucial that these do remain separated nice and evenly, right? But the thing about that is also that if the switches can act as the separators themselves, then you don't need to have standoffs potentially. But you know, whether or not it will perfectly do that, it's kind of a question of like the assembly itself. And so I haven't really tested it without the standoffs at all, and so that's something that would be worth worth seeing if it works, you know. But yeah, Divinity and Omnitype, I think they're also going to be selling these EC compatible switches. So like in terms of like if they work, they do work. Are they good? I think they're pretty decent, pretty good. Like in fact, I think the like right now with DCS, I think they feel a lot more like Toper, like regular Toper. So it's quite nice. But you know, there's like room for improvement for certain things. Like I did comment to them about like the fitment of the housing, sort of like on the MX plate. It just feels a little loose. Like, you know, when I'm pulling keycaps, it feels a little easy to pull the switch with it as well. Sort of like exactly the same problem you have on a hot swap PCB, right? When you just pull the switch along with the keycap, right? You guys know that, right? That can be a little bit, you know, a little annoying, right? And so that's something to always like keep in mind. And that specific problem is actually going to also affect small things like how your keycaps look alignment wise, right? Because it needs to be, the switch needs to be perfectly seated so that the keycap can also be perfectly seated at the exact same angle and height and everything, right? So those are like things that I gave them as feedback. I told the boards like, hey, like, you know, you guys when you guys get around to doing any kind of like mold updates, like, you know, definitely the clips for the switches, like, they are not perfect. They just get pushed out and they don't really clip the switches in place as nearly as well. And so probably should look into that. Yeah, I think that was my main feedback. And then of course the silencing ring stuff, it's like it's like I would rather not have to depend on silencing rings. I feel like silencing rings should be an add-on rather than a built-in feature. But or even if it's built in, like if you all you need to do is remove it. But like I feel like the normal like average EC experience should not depend on having the silencing rings in place. So I kind of wish that the design was less dependent on them, right? Yeah. So that's just like some of the main feedback I gave AE boards about the switches and stuff, fitment and compatibility with the silencing rings. I think those are the two main things. I think otherwise though, I didn't really have qualms. Like building it was easy. The functionality of the switches is, I didn't have problems with it. Programming, not a problem. Fitment in the case, not really a problem. You know, hello, what dust mat am I using? I'm using the GMK Masterpiece frame dust mat. A bunch of vendors carried it. The main vendor in North America was Project Keyboard, but they're no longer an active vendor. So you would have to look for it in the aftermarket probably. It's nice, thank you. I do think most people deep into Toper EC often silence their sliders. Yes, so I do too, actually. But I think after trying the satellite for a bit, like, I mean, it's not been longer than a week, guys, but after having it on the desk for like, you know, this past week, right, I felt that it's definitely a situation similar to when you try doing a custom Alps build in a regular like MX case. You know what I mean? Like Alps, I feel like Alps and Topre sound best in their OEM configurations because of the plastic chassis and because of, you know, what you're used to hearing in those OEM configurations, right? Like that, like roomy case in Alps and that like plasticky noise of like Real Force and HHKBs and Leopolds, right? And so I feel like I don't find it jarring yet, but I definitely find it to be a different like experience, like perception wise. It's just like, it's just a different perception I get when I try these in third party. And I think that's actually the main reason why I personally have not purchased any third party cases, like, you know, as of late, like any like the EC kits and or like what's that called, you know, like, you know, kind of like the heavy grail, that kind of stuff, right? Transplant third party cases and stuff like that. Mostly because I'm pretty content with how the OEM experience is already. If I weren't, I would probably seek it out. There's a point I did seek it out, right? Like the Norbitouch was my prime example for myself, but you know, I eventually just got rid of the Norbitouch itself, so it didn't really matter in the end. Yeah, more space for resonance. Yeah, show. Yeah, all those cases. Norbauer, like show, and like all the other ones that are coming out. But yeah, I mean, it's one thing that I really do like for EC like kits nowadays though, like third party EC though, is the fact that people like, I think there's that Blue Ridge board that I think Clever right is doing. He's designing that as an EC focus board. So like the focus of the board, it's an EC like a good EC board. So nothing to do with MX, which is great. I like how like new EC tech is enabling that. Like you now can design with EC only in mind, and so you will optimize parameters that are very much applicable to EC, but perhaps not at all for MX. And so that's kind of cool, because now we get to see custom cases that are solely focused on making that third party EC experience nice. So I'm hoping to see more of that. Like stuff that's like basically exclusively EC and it's custom. That's gonna be cool. Are you gonna get the key called EC kit? Probably not. For myself, like I'm not that interested personally, because I already like the MX experience. It's like I don't feel the need to get EC. I feel like I'm a little bit more instinct driven when it comes to these purchases, but it's like if I'm already satisfied with the current like build, then I see no reason for purchasing like the new. Integrated housings, yeah. Oh yeah, Clever is doing some cool stuff with that Blue Ridge board, in terms of the housings and whatnot. So I like that kind of stuff too. It's like people coming up with solutions like that, like integrated housing plate, or like an easier way to do like that, like more OEM like sound feel. Like that's cool. I'm excited. I feel like the world of EC is just kind of getting started, so it's too early to say like, oh yeah, we're like done and over it. I think there's still so much more to explore with it, and in the custom scene specifically. What if they made a macro data refinement EC keyboard? Please enjoy your keyboards equally. Harry S. Your outie enjoys keyboards. Your outie can type 100 words in less than a minute. You also modify the housing for zero keycap interference? Yes. Like that kind of stuff is superb. I'm loving like people coming up with clever solutions to seemingly simple problems, or seemingly, well actually technically they're more complex problems than most people think, but these kinds of problems that people take for granted, it's great to see folks addressing it. I'm excited for for new development like that. The only thing I didn't like about the OEM HKB case was the weight. That's fair. I'm in love with the OEM HKB case weight because it's so portable. I can take it anywhere. The fact that I can take it anywhere is so nice. It's probably one of the best parts about the HKB, right? But yes, if it's going to be like just staying on your desk forever, then yeah, something a little bit heftier is definitely appealing. Especially, yeah, it depends on kind of person you are. If you like that like mainstay feel of a heavier case, it's pretty appealing. Astrodome's coming too, more affordable than Desky's BK or Redux BK. Astrodome's, who made that? Is that the Blind Assassin one? Blind Assassin project? I think that's right. I think that's right. I'm pretty sure I saw that on Geekhack the other day. Yeah? Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I got it right. Yeah, no, it's nice. Well, I mean, nothing within my realm of interest, just because BK is too heavy for me, but yeah, it's good. It's a good thing. Luckily for my wallet, I don't work with keyboards, so they say put at home. Ah, okay, that's neat. Yeah, I do have keyboards at work, so for me, I do sometimes take to and from. Although, I mean, the stuff that stays at work, I can leave it there safely, and it's fine. No one's gonna really touch or anything. Some people have asked, and they're like, oh, cool, okay, whatever. Most people don't really care. They're like, oh, okay, that's neat. I find it interesting that HHKB has left space for all this new initiative to emerge. I understand it's not a big thing for Ricoh and Fujitsu, but still feel like they haven't taken good care of their fan base. Yeah. Well, it's a little complicated. It's a corporate thing, and at the same time, it's also the fan base, the hardcore, quote unquote, I guess, the more hardcore Topper fan base wants very simple things. Okay. More OEM keycap options is the #1 request. More blanks and more printed caps. Why change the printed form when nobody asked them to? #1. More colors, like just more colors. Like, you know, we got Wasabi, we got Sakura, we got Snow White. More. Bring red and orange and green and, you know, whatever. Like just bring more. Blue, lavender, violet, whatever you call it, you know, just more options like that. It's good. And the thing is, Real Force, right? Topper Real Force had these colors before too, so these colors are not foreign to them. They're just not doing it because maybe it's a corporate decision, right? Like they're like, these are maybe the thought process is they are enthusiasts. They don't form a lot of the market, and partially it's, you know, it's in a way very true, right? Like you can't sell blanks to people who are not used to them. But printed ones, like they're work, you know, they're changing them, but the thing is, we don't know if it was actual feedback from people that the previous ones, that they prefer the newer ones compared to the previous ones. But then again, in at least in our community, right, the perception is the, you know, non-center legends that were there before are better, like look better than the current ones, right? And so it's interesting. Like, I think the demands are simple from our side of the community, but for whatever reason, perhaps bureaucratic reasons, it seems to be too complicated for them to fill that need. And I don't really understand it, like why, but yeah, it is what it is. I really wish they did. I mean, I think they are listening to the community. I think they're just not acting on it. I genuinely think they are listening, but they're just not acting because they can't, or like they're not the decision. The people who are listening are not the same people who are making the decisions. So it doesn't travel all the way up to the decision making team. And that's it. It kind of dies there as an initiative. So yeah, more blanks always good. I will always be in agreement with that. I mean, GMK Cosmos is shipping. That's basically more blanks in the GMK world, right? I saw pictures of GMK Cosmos and I was like, that's a blank. That's a blank keycap set. Those are definitely blanks. Oh, okay, these are standoffs. Okay. Should we do standoffs for this? I guess I will. Because should I? It's so bothersome though. You know what? No standoffs needed. No standoffs needed. I don't think we need standoffs. It's hot swap, but I don't think we need them. It's not obligatory. No standoffs. Too lazy. Paying double shot prices for blanks. So funny thing is that you I'm pretty sure that even if you do blanks, they're basically double shot, right? Yeah, what you said. I want to love blanks, but I'm too shit to remember what num is what symbol. Yeah. Okay, let me update the build command. Oh! What the? Okay, there. Phew. I was like, the stupid blurb that I just edited went away, and then I was like, oh. Twitch chat being weird. Hello, Conan! Hello. Welcome. My dad told me I would get blanks eventually when I'm old enough, and I'm looking forward to when my set arrives. Bruh, that's bait. Do you use blanks when you're working and need to be efficient? They look great, but I still struggle to work with them on. I can touch type, so I don't mind if they're blank or not. I'm okay with using blanks in general. Like if I have blanks on my HHKB, I don't really struggle with them. Do you enter for assume caps, Diego blank? Yes, I will. Yes, I am getting assume caps. Bowie blank. Yes. Oh, these switches do feel pretty smooth though. All right, let's should test my stabs before I keep going. If you want to trade artisans, I got an MX Prage that I don't use. I'm not sure if I'm looking for any Prages, but I can take a look. So famous you're getting artisans of you design. So the thing is, one time, Johanski, right, Alpha Keycaps approached me to make a keycap model after that, right, after the Bowie Pepe avatar that I have on like Discord, and you know, ever since then he's been doing it for other sculpts too. It's just very nice of him. So Yale Blue Kohaku and with Blue Alert and resin today looked amazing. Oh, nice. Yeah, I did hear about Yale Blue Kohaku looking really good with it. They sound pretty nice, actually super smooth, and they actually do say 3.8 millimeter, but they don't have that like stopping feel that long poles do, so they feel quite nice. You know how like long poles stop a little bit above the housing level, and so these don't have that, so it's quite nice. These might be one of those like quasi full travels, which is... See, Travis 13, hello, welcome. ¿Qué aprendiendo con el Diego? Qué pena. How are you liking the build so far? The Neo65, it's pretty nice. I think the last Neo board I built was the Neo80. I did not have a Neo Ergo, so this is the first Neo build in a minute actually. But they're very nice boards. I've had good experiences with them. Their included clip-in stabs are actually quite nice. I'm genuinely surprised and very pleased that they provide some pretty nice stabs with their builds. I mean, with their boards. I just built a Neo Ergo and loving it. Oh, very nice. I've heard people really say very good things about the Ergo. It's good. Copra EC guru. I can't say I'm a guru. I have experience with a lot of OEM stuff, but actually when it comes to third party, I'm not that experienced. Like I don't have that much experience past like some desk keys. I've tried like the densest stuff like maybe once. GTK sliders existed back in the day, Nova Touch, but a lot of these third-party kits, like I think Type K was the more recent one, right? But I haven't actually tried that many of them. There's actually quite a lot about EC that I don't know, I think. Zosco, hello. It's my first keyboard with magnetic PCB connection and ball catch. Oh yeah? Nice. Wait, this one is not ball catch. This one has screws. But the Ergo, I think, yeah, does have ball catch. Yeah, the Ergo should have ball catch, right? The Neo80 also had ball catch. It's pretty good stuff. It's super convenient not having to do screws. I'm assuming they went with screws on this one because of the copper base. It's very heavy. And having ball catch, it's a little risky. Like if you like hold it like this and then you like, you know, give it too much downward momentum, then it could drop out. So I could see that being an issue. So I think screws would be the way to go for that, to prevent any accidents like that. Ball catch is nice, but you need to give up top mount for it. Right, yeah, they take up so much space. That's true. Humble go for easy master then. Come on. Spent my day desoldering boards I've been putting off doing for a long time. Very pleased with myself. Oh, that's the chores. The official keyboard chores day is, wow. That's much respect, because I think when it comes to doing like rebuilds or like desoldering of your own boards like that, it feels so lazy doing it. So kudos. I feel that. Well, nowadays I try not to build anything that I think I'll regret too much, but there are times when I'm like, I really should desolder this. Those little stoppers, there's one thing I do not like about Neo. Oh, they're tiny. I do think the TX ones are a little bit longer, so a little easier, but these guys are tiny as fuck. they're actually kind of a little annoying. Yeah, I could see that. What are these, torque screws? They look like T6s to me. Alright, so let's see. Let's open this bad boy up. What set is the on the gray board? It's DCS Honeywell. DCS Honeywell. Alright, so I guess we can try the couple of different mountings, right? Let's see what we got here. So we got screws and gaskets. So that means we got gasket mount and top mount. So we can start with top mount first, and then we can do gasket mount later. Looks like for top mount they also seem to have these little little gasket socks sort of thing, kind of like to give it like an isolation top mount, which is nice. And we can start with that and then move on to the gasket mount. Nice little quality of life thing that I'm observing is that they got these little socks actually have little stoppers sort of like that clip onto the plate, like right there. So if you can see it on the next one, there's like a little hole here for that, and the gasket sort of like clips onto this little like U-shaped hole. So that's kind of nice. Pretty nice little quality of life thing, I think. So actually I can show you, like if it's like right there, and then I grab one of these gasket thingies and I just put it on. Oh, it's a little hard to, there. Hard to while holding it like with my hand like this. And then they just sort of like clip onto that. So it makes it easier for it to not slip off. That's pretty neat. And then you can just put the screw on for now, and then kind of do the same for the other ones, right? You just put on the little sock like that, and then you can put on the screw. It's a little easier for me to see it, so. Reminds me of the covers that Mode used on the Sonnet for the ISO top mount. Yeah, they're sort of like that. Essentially a very similar thing. It's basically the same thing without, you know, they have that quality of life experience thing. Overall, pretty cool. Let's see, and then we got how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points. They kind of avoid the 7U spacebar. So if you're using a 625, actually it's fine. Actually, they technically avoid both. Either whether you use 625 or 7U is actually fine on this one. There are some cases where the mounting point, even if it's top mount, sometimes it like avoids the 725, but the 625 overlaps, and so it feels a little bit more rigid on 625 because there's a mounting point in the middle of the spacebar, like not in the middle, but like in between. Missed the screw here. Okay. So let's put our build in. Oh man, okay. Let's see, how do I, okay, yeah. Blue alert on today's build? We could do that. We did use it last time too, but we could definitely do blue alert if you wanted to see it on the 65 instead. Maybe we can do blue alert with no accent. Actually, yeah, you guys want to see any particular sets today? I think I got all the screws. Okay. can't think of any. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much the build. What's nice is this magnetic pogo one is super simple. It just, when you just put the thing on, it just attaches and aligns automatically. Pretty nice. Wob, JK Blue Alert, good. Up to you guys. I don't mind either way. Is Blue Alert already on the board? I got a couple sets. So I got more than one set. Something pink? Oh, really? I have Beloved if you want pink. I also have Hazakura. I don't have Firefly. That's the set I don't have. Let's see, what else? What set could be fun on this also? I have GMK Night Runner, which is like a interesting set. Could go nice with Navy actually. That's why that's why I was thinking of it. Night Runner. Yeah. Phantom, no, it's purple. Actually, Blue Samurai, I don't. Indigo, I don't either. Let me see. What other sets could work well for this? Striker, I do have, yes. I do have Striker. I also have Birch, which could go okay with this. I have... Night Runner goes really well with blue. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have like classic blue type, like white blue, as well. Yeah. All right, we can do a vote then. Let's do a quick poll. Keycaps. So Night Runner, white blue, classic blue. We said panels, sure. Panels. They're like Beloved, Hazakura. Someone asked for something pink. Blue Alert. And I think that's 5. I'm not sure if I'm feeling the classic blue combo. It's like, but Striker might actually work better on this blue, just because it's a little bit darker than the other blue. Panels is a joke. Oh really? Isn't panels kind of fun on Navy? I thought panels would work fine on Navy. I thought it looked fine on it. Maybe? Maybe, yeah. Okay, fine. Let me make my own suggestion then. How about Rudy? I also have Rudy. Alright. Alright, take a vote, folks. Take a vote, take a vote. Yes, we can do, I think I have the dark alphas for Rudy, so I think we can do either regular or all blue. But Night Runner could be a fun one too, I think. Yeah. I'll let you guys pick though, I don't mind. Bolts are pretty tight between Rudy and Night Runner at the moment. Night Runner is a space cable set? Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, yes. It did ship though, right? I think Night Runner was the one of the sets that did ship, right? What was Night Runner? R1? Who was that run with? Was that also space, or was that... I think it was it a TKC set? Yeah, it was a TKC set. Wow. Man, the legacy of Night Runner is interesting, huh? Alright, Jim K. Rudy. Alright. Jim K. Rudy it is. Do we do Dark Horse or regular? I don't mind. Or Rudy light? Dark. Okay, I'll go get Rudy for a sec. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Okay, poll says dark. Okay, Dark Horse it is. Am I back in time to see the keyboard build? Yes. Actually, yes. Actually, just in time. Good match. Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. I know there's another really what's that other set? The navy set. Was it deep navy? Deep blue? Deep navy? There's another one. That one was really dark, if I recall correctly. Oh, that's not the right place for this one. It's like deep navy. Yeah, it was a set that's already out. Yeah, I remember that set was like really dark. So I think in between this one and that one, I really liked how Rudy was like more of a blue. Or fabric. Prussian alert. No, well, you know, sets that are already out. Sets that are already out. Like already made. Prussian alert is not technically made yet, so you know, not counting that. GMK Hallyu also has like on the darker side of a blue, but the legends on Hallyu kind of make it look a little bit brighter. It looked pretty good the time I think it was a Meridian with Hallyu. It looked really good. I think I built a Meridian with either Dracula and one time with Hallyu, and they both looked really good on that particular case color when I built them. IMO Blue Alert would be hot on this build? Yeah, I think it would be hot on this build too, yes. I do agree. I put it up for a vote. People voted for this, so. Also, I don't know. Sometimes having a nice two-tone set is kind of fun. As well, it's kind of nice. Can look quite elegant as well. I don't disagree though. I think Blue Alert will look fine on this too. Accent enter. Are there accent arrows too? Accent enter or accent arrows? Usually never mix the two. Never do accent arrows and accent enter. I personally think that's like taboo. But just taking a look here. Accent enter or accent arrows? Accent enter or accent arrows? Which one do I feel like doing more today? Let's go with enter, I guess. Kinda feel like trying the accent enter today. I blame my son for his timing on the shower, otherwise we would be blue alerting. That's fair. You could call him your username. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's not your son's fault for the timing on the shower. Alright. Let's put some artisans on this, eh? Navy though. I don't have too much navy around here, do I? Huh. Maybe I can use that as the escape. That'd be fun. Navy. That's navy. Doesn't really match. Let me find some more navy caps. I don't know if I do have many. A little dark. That works. You know what? Let's do something fun here. Happy, sad. And for the last one, maybe we can go with this RMK. Tight. Okay. Is that brass or copper? This is copper. Copper. He wouldn't understand either way. He's only 10 months old. Aw. That's a cute age. All right, how's that? Oop. Waiting for something with more color on the escape to kind of. Oh, come on, camera, do your work. Do your work here. There it is. The waves are rolling in. Lucidity waves. Hello. Thank you for the raid. All right. That looks pretty nice to me. Let's try this out. Looks like we just came in time for the sound test. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I just came. Do you see and you conquer as well, Cole? Yes, I did. Oh, congrats. I'm happy for you. Please enjoy each coming equally. Hello? Okay. Came for you. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Sorry about the mic. Yep, sorry about that. All right, so let us try typing on this. This is the Neo65 Cu. So this is the copper bottom unit. I'll show the details of the board shortly. But this is a Neo65 Cu by qwertykeys and Neo KB. So it has a copper bottom. It's very heavy. You can actually weigh it in a bit after the typing. And this is currently built with these blue cheese switches from Keycaps. You can check them out here if you would like. I will post a link for those. But yeah, those switches, these are linears with nylon housings. And they're new, so I haven't tried them before. I actually don't know what they're like, but they feel quite smooth, quite nice, factory lubed. Didn't touch them or anything. They're completely stock. They're currently on a polycarb plate, so yeah. We have no foam in the case right now. We are using the Neo clip-in stabs, just the ones that come with the particular board, and we'll try it out. All right, folks, I hope you enjoy. Is this is currently top mount, thank you. So I'll just say top mount, blue cheese, PC plate. Okay, here you go. Oh my god, it's like pressing something. Hold on. What the heck? Yes, hold on. Press a weird shortcut. Okay, hold up. That was weird. Alright, let me try that again. Pretty nice. Very keyboardy. Much clack indeed. Yes. Have a good rest of the weekend. I hope you have a good rest of the weekend, Soren. Thanks for coming around. Does a long feed make it thuddy? A little. I mean, it's a little heavy, bottom heavy as well. But I still think it sounds nice. I mean, it does have a little bit of that thuddiness, especially like when you press the space bar. It does have a little bit of that, but alas, I don't think it's like too bad. Yeah. Let's go over the mods real quick. This sounds really good. This sounds solid. I mean, like, it doesn't really sound hollow. It's completely foamless, by the way. No case foam, no P foam, no plate foam, nothing. Okay, it's just top case, bottom case, plate, PCB, boom, done. So it sounds great. It sounds really good. Honestly, it's sometimes surprising for me when I see the prices. I genuinely am a little shocked. Because they are quite competitive in the pricing department. So yeah, no, it's really good. So like, I mean, we can go over the prices, right? Like, where is it? Price in USD. Let's see. Where's the bare bones price? Did they talk about prices here? Shipping cost. Extra plates, PCB parts. Did they mention price in the Notion doc? But usually these boards are like, they have a chart with prices. Oh, okay. It's in the chart. Okay, so let me actually put that on the screen. Okay, so the pricing on the board here is, so the current configuration, we have the copper bottom version with a, I think this is a, it's one of the hot swaps, so you know, it's 210, 215. So $215 US for this particular combo. So right now I have the copper bottom version with a top case in navy, and one of the hot swap PCBs with a polycarb plate. So it's super competitive. Like for $215, this is that's crazy. Honestly, that's crazy. They really offer really good bang for the buck on these boards. If you want to hear other switches, there are a lot of creators that have made content on the Neo 60 and 65. Marker Chan, Ribunya, Jaehyun 1014, Kangaroo, Keep Jai, Alex Otos, of course, and there's other folks. I think like Patty Shinchin Wang also is going to be building 65, I believe. So yeah, quite a lot of content out there. And where MX Blacks and Alu top mount, you can find out on Marker Chun's video for sure. He has Neo65 Cu copper MX Black, Alu plus gasket, Alu plus top, brass unit with matcha puddings, PC plus top, copper MX Blacks, plateless and gasket. Oh, that's the 60%, because that one you can do plateless. And then 65 Cu brass with MX Black and Alu gasket and top. So there's some MX Blacks out there. Yeah, definitely a very competitive price with just very good features. What about bike loop blacks? No clue. Yeah, but you know, you can take a look at the board itself. So I'll do this, and so that's what the board looks like. That's the bottom. That's PVD, PVD, and then copper, and then we have a navy top. I don't know how they make it for this cheap as well. As Gawk is saying in the chat, it's honestly extremely remarkable. It's kind of insane that things are made at this price point. $220 is it's something else. It's crazy. It's really cool. So yeah, I mean it's quite remarkable. What's the typing angle on this actually? I think it's like 7 degrees, probably 8 degrees. Yeah, it's 8 degrees. Quite an attractive typing angle, in fact. Yeah. Alex noticed the long foot was even with the weight, so it was essentially flat on the desk. It appeared to affect the sound of the board. So you mean this portion here, right? Yeah. So if you look at the bump-ons, so that's the plane of the board. You can sort of see, right? So there you have the rubber foot, and there you have the other one. Oops, sorry about this one, but yeah. So there, and then the weight, the PVD portion goes all the way flat like that, and then you have the copper bottom, right? And then you have the top piece, right? But yeah, definitely the foot is very is definitely gonna compress a little too when it hits your desk, so it can be a little thuddy. It's on the lower side for sure. It's on the thinner side for sure, but it will stay off the desk just barely, but just barely, really. So yeah. Yes. So if you really want to take off some of that thuddiness, like yeah, just sticking regular bump-ons at the ends, like basically at the bottommost part of the board, can help really separate your board from the desk, which helps if remove some of that thuddy sort of sound that comes from board bottom sticking to the desk. And so let's take a quick look here at the rest of the build here. Gonna spammer at site? No, that's just Cole. Oh, Cole. Cole is just behaving like himself. Well, we can let Cole be. So that's the side profile though. Can take a look. PVD action over here, so multicolor if you shine a bright light on it. But pretty nice. So it's a pretty nice board. If you're not a fan of PVD, I know this can be a little bit of a turn off. I'm personally not a huge fan of PVD stuff because it just scratches and gets dirty really easily, right? But yeah. I like how the box is cut up with that line. Yeah. Yeah. It's very nice. I actually really like this line right here. This line right here, like right now it's definitely the angle of the lighting, because if you angle it like this you don't see it as much, that taper. But when you look at it from like when the line shines like this, and then it really like separates this part right here, it looks so cool. This is really nicely done, I think. It just looks very clean. Yeah. And then, you know, the rest is just kind of standard stuff. Got my very damn fingerprints right now. I got the CU kind of logo, and then the centered USB, and the other side. But yeah, super sweet. If you want to take a look at the logo sort of at the bottom, the badge, I guess, it's also very cool. It's like a multiple piece thing. There is definitely one piece that's for those circles that you guys see there, and then there's one piece that's for the like the little compass needle sort of thing, and then one piece that goes in between. It's very cool. It's very nicely done. Do you know that it means sex in Portuguese? I think it's also in Spanish. So yeah. Oh, right. I forgot that we should also weigh the board. I believe other people have done this too, but we can weigh it. How do you say sexy? Sexy. 2.5 kilos, all built up. In pounds, that's 5 pounds and 9 ounces. Pretty good. Pretty heavy, chunky. For a 65%, by the way. So these are quite hefty. We can try gasket mount now. So let me get the keycap puller here. Can do gasket mount. We just did top mount. It's very easy to disassemble. Okay. What do you expect the sound to be with gasket mount? Probably a little bit less, a little bit more like sandwich, sort of like, I don't know how to say it, like kind of like tight. Usually with a gasket mount, because like the parts get evenly compressed from the top and the bottom, so it kind of sounds almost like there's less space in the case. A little bit softer usually, and especially if there's like any kind of hollowness, usually that kind of goes away a lot of the time with gasket mount, because you get kind of like less room in the case for that. So, all right, let's see. But boards can vary with how they implement gasket mount as well. Okay. Sandwich? Did I say that? Sandwiched is what I meant. Sort of like more kind of like it's more like pressed down. I don't know how to explain it easily. Anyway, let's try this. Okay. So gaskets. Most likely heard it wrong. It's okay. So these guys are interesting. They actually go on the PCB side, I think, like that. So sort of like this, and these guys just you guys see these little divots over here. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top, and then there's 1, 2, and 3 at the bottom. Those will sit there. So it's like, this is like PCB gasket mount, really. And there's a couple on the sides as well. Okay. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay. Now we gotta let this evenly. So one thing I did notice is this foam? What the heck is this? Oh, cool. Looks like they have foam. They have foam on the aluminum. It's like stuck on there for like force brake. Yeah, this part here. They have it in all of the little mounting parts. It's over there, over here. It's all in all of them. It's really nice. Nice little extra touch. And also you don't have to install them yourself, so that's kind of sweet. So there it is. Now let's try typing on this once again. All right, let's try this once again. This time we have PCB gasket mount, PC plate, and these are blue cheese switches. All right, let's try it out again. This time, gasket mount. Here we go. Oh no, ads hit. Didn't even realize. So yeah, it kind of gets rid of a little bit of the hollowness. I'll wait for the folks to come back. For folks. Oh, the link there. There we go. Okay. All right. So, all right, people are back from ads, and yeah, so that's quite nice. I actually think this sounds a little bit softer. I would say like feel wise, like okay, like if I press a little bit harder on the plate, it's a little bit noticeable that you like, you know, it kind of like sinks a little, like it kind of has this a little bit more bounciness to it. But I think in typing, in practice, the difference between top mount and the gasket mount is not that palpable. It's not as obvious as pressing hard on it because it's already a polycarb plate. So I personally found that the top mount with the isolation gasket, right, it was already soft. So it didn't really feel that much different typing. But yeah, the sound is a little bit tighter, maybe a little bit cleaner. But if you are someone who prefers that like more top mount like sound, then you know, by all means. All right, go through the mods. So yeah, Yeah, I do think I agree with the R1 sounding a little bit better on top mount personally. I think it sounds a little bit more, I don't know how to explain it, just kind of instinctively sounds a little better. But gasket mount is honestly fine. Like, the difference between typing feel is not as big of a difference. Although when you do observe this, like when you look at the keyboard itself, especially from this particular angle, you can kind of see how like the plate moves up and down a little, like a lot more compared to top mount off, obviously. But in terms of like when you just bottom out when typing normally, it's not as obvious. Yeah. Can you do the arrow keys again? Yeah, of course. Shouldn't this build be more thocky considering the plate and switches? Is it because of the copper bottom? It's most likely because of the switches too. Right now we are using zero foam, no case foam, no plate foam, no PE foam, and also we are using fairly like bright sounding switches. So do I have extras of those here? Yeah, right here. We're using these kind of like bright sounding nylon switches and a polycarb plate, which tends to also sound on the brighter side as well. So are in those HMX yogurts? I think they are blue cheese from what I was told. Yeah, they are blue cheese switches. These are from Tech. Yeah, these are blue cheese. Yeah. I can check HMX yogurt. No. So these are definitely not HMX yogurts. So in fact, you can look at the color difference alone. But HMX yogurts have a blue bottom and these ones have a yellow bottom. Yeah. Colors are pretty similar though, actually. They're like really similar. Gotta go. Thanks for stream as always. Yeah, no worries, Osco. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay. Well, that's it for the 65 CU. If you guys have any particular thoughts, it's a little dark, huh? Oops, sorry. There you go. That's a little better. So again, let's show off the build itself. So there it is from the top. Nice and even bezels on the sides, top down. And then you guys get the side profile, navy copper. And then we have a PVD weight that lines the bottom. The long rubber strip for the feet, and then the short ones at the two corners, upper corners or back corners. Center USB port. Again, the logo, the side profile. The CU logo right there. But it's quite nice. It's Very pretty. If you're into the PVD stuff, this could be right up your alley. Would you consider this being a good case for going plateless with the solder PCB? Yeah. Can you? I think you can, right? Plateless. Yeah. Yeah. Plateless with solder PCB 180. It's really good. The price is like so nice. The back becomes even more beautiful when it reflects Diego's face. Please. I want. Go get it, Cole. Go get it. I might be wrong, but I can't remember someone building these playlists a few days ago. I don't know. On stream? I don't know if I caught anybody on stream building a plateless. Alex, I'm pretty sure built. So this is the notes I have. I have Marker Chan built with a ton of. Oh, he has one plateless build with MX Blacks on the 60%. And then the other people all had plates. Alu, PP, CF. Does it say? It doesn't say, but I'm gonna think Alu. And then Alex built with CF. Alex tried it, hot saw playlist too? Oh, I thought he did CF plate. Oh, maybe I must have missed it then. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so he did just do it on plateless. Okay. I mean on hot swap. I mean, yeah, you can do it. It's just kind of frustrating when you take off caps. Like the Polygon 7, I built a plateless too, but it was frustrating. Every single time I take off a keycap, it comes off with a switch. Yeah, you can just do it to try. It's just in practice they're so annoying. Yeah. Did Alex use L'Orange? For the 65, I think he used. I thought he used these like matcha looking ones, Key Geek green tea ones. Am I tripping? L'Orange for the 60. Okay, yeah. So I was right. Okay. So just for the 65. Yeah, just for the 65, I was right. Yeah. If I weren't saving for a Lily exercise, I'll definitely get this in 60. Yeah, I mean, I can bring the 60 over just to show you guys. I think I got the gray gold one, so you guys can take a look at it. I'm probably gonna build that tomorrow. So if you don't mind the stream, so, you know, checking out the stream tomorrow, I'm gonna build it tomorrow. But let me bring that. Man, it's so eerie. It's so eerie walking around the house, like walking around the apartment and not seeing Kiwi. It's so sad. Holy shit. Is this what it's like when you have a pet for a bit and then they're not there and it's just like a desolate space? Oh my god. It's awful. When you expect them to, like, I keep doing this like double take and like he's not there and I'm just like, oh, so weird. Oh gosh. Okay, so here's the Neo60. Same parts, I assume. I actually don't know what plates did I get for this. I got hot swap for this too, and I also, oh, this one I have different plates. What's this? I think that's alu. Wait, no, that doesn't feel like alu. Oh, I got carbon fiber for the 60%. And I got carbon fiber and I think polypropylene. Yeah, polypropylene. And then got a hot swap PCB. Do you get scared, or are you scared of ghosts? No, not really. When I was a kid, I used to be scared of ghosts and stuff like that. Yes, but not anymore. Yeah, but when I was a kid, I was definitely scared of like the dark and stuff like that. Yeah. Are those plastic bags still hard to open? These guys? Should I show you a trick of easily opening these plastic bags? Don't try to open them like this. Open them like this. Should I repeat that again? Don't open them like this. Open them like this. Like this. It's so much easier because you're basically using you have something to hold, which is the actual zipper part, and then you just are twisting it, which automatically takes them off from each other. It works with every single Ziploc bag ever, except for the ones obviously with the moving zipper that you have to like use. Yeah. But yeah, just a small, just a like quick trick. I've done this like whole like zip. So okay, when I was for like one of my previous jobs, I had to like bag a bunch of shit in these like Ziploc bags and also like reopen them. So you learn that kind of stuff real fast because it's such a time saver. All right, so we got the gray gold one in when keyless. Pretty nice. I can just open it up because I'm gonna build it tomorrow anyway. Looks like I got is this brass? This looks like brass to me, right? Yeah. I got brass. I was gonna say drug mule. No. But yeah, this also has like, this has like more like clear PVD, not multicolor, and brass. Pretty nice though. Oh, is the manual zoom, manual focus on? Okay, so there it is. That's the brass gray gold. This one looks like I got it in wind keyless. So pretty nice color, kind of a goldish color. It's the gray gold rather. That's the exact name of the color of this one. Yeah. Steel battery insert's gonna be extra. Actually not sure. Extra steel battery compartment fillers are $5. Yeah. It says if you purchase a stainless steel battery compartment fillers in the extra page, then the foam fillers are not included. Yeah. $5 is pretty cheap, yeah. So it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. A very cool design, honestly. I think it's quite nice. Has the same look for the 65 Cu, right? But this one just has a brass bottom instead of a copper. Really clean. Very excited to try this. But I assume it'll be very similar to the 60%. So my expectations are a little bit more tempered, but we can try this tomorrow. I wonder how that will be wireless. We can try that now, at least for this one, right? Because, I mean, I have that dongle, right? So it should technically work if I turn it on, right? Hold on, let's try. Let's see. So the switch is somewhere here. And my dongle is right here. Dongle. I'll plug that in. Signal goes to the keycaps, no problem. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. Okay, what was the, I don't know what the shortcut is to set it to wireless. What's the shortcut? Pairing instructions. FN plus is this FN? Is that it? Do I need to plug it in first to do that? Okay. Wait, which one's is this it? It's currently unwired. FN plus 4. Switch to 2.4 G mode. Is this FN or is this? Yeah, it is FN. Anyway, it probably works, but I can play around with it a little bit. Yeah, because if I unplug it, yeah, it doesn't work right away. Oh, it was FN plus R, and it worked. Okay, it's working now. It's working. Oops. Yeah, it was on the next row. I am typing on this keyboard with a wireless dongle. Yeah, there you go. So it does work. Very nice. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Wireless dongle. It works as intended. So yes. That's wireless, so it works. Pretty cool. So yes, Neo60 brass unit tomorrow. As for the time, I haven't decided on the time, but it'll probably be mid-afternoon, similar to today. That way it can kind of capture some of the North American people or some EU. I think I'll miss the Asia folks, but I think that'll be okay. But yeah, probably around the same time, if that's okay with you all. Let's see. Okay, let's see if any other folks are currently streaming. I didn't see many people yesterday because it was Valentine's Day, I guess, right? Oh, Alex is streaming. He just started. He is doing a NK Classic Glow. We can go raid Alex. We don't get to pay that favor back often. Alex often raids here because I tend to stream later in the night. So it's rare that I get to actually raid Alex. Raid Kiwi? Close enough. Raiding Alex is close enough to raiding Kiwi. Alright folks, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight, or this afternoon. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Neo60 with gray gold, when keyless, and brass. As for the switches, we'll just do a similar decision process like today. We have the same switches probably. They're available. You can try something new. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the rest of the weekend if I don't see you. Alright folks, take it easy. Have a good one. Bye-bye.